As we age, we do lose some of the height. We just heard him use his falsetto, and not because he was doing something on purpose. I don't know if he couldn't hit it with his full voice, or he felt afraid or fatigued. Da 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 da! Do you see how we lose the energy when we go into that thinner place? And I don't feel that he wanted that. I feel that for some reason he had to, like something was happening maybe. See, he is not going up into his falsetto. He is staying fully connected all the way through these lines. It's hard to look into this man's eyes between these two videos. I imagine he's had some struggles as his voice changed over the years. I'm about to pay a compliment that's not gonna sound like a compliment initially. His voice is beautiful, but he was ever so slightly out of tune on 2 notes so far. And why is that a compliment? Because we know that this is live and we know that this is unassisted. So this is really great to hear because that is reasonable. That is really reasonable. So this guy's got skills. I don't know if this is unfair or kind of harsh, but he's not landing at all. It's clear to me that he has skills. It's clear to me that he has great technique and ability within him. The riffs aren't landing. The pitch is actually still kind of... Actually, he's doing a lot more things with his body than he's actually doing with his voice. This performance, for whatever leaves me, there was a lot of spaces where a vocalist could have like filled with crap, but he didn't. And maybe someone else would say, you know, good on him for keeping things simple, but I felt like there was places where he could have ran with it and didn't, I think. If this is, in fact, the same dude that I've been watching, he's younger here. His voice is a little bit higher and a little bit freer, which makes sense because he is younger. As we age, we do lose some of the height. It's more drastic for some people than others, depending on how they take care of themselves. And there's also hormones. There's all sorts of things that happen to our bodies as they age. And again, some of those factors are what we do with our voice, but some of those factors are natural with aging. Every time we watch a performance, we assume it is live, whether we're watching it live in person or whether we're watching it live on TV. But this guy seems to be singing live all the time, which is quite refreshing. But along with that comes, it is imperfect. But sometimes I would rather take imperfect over fake. Okay, interesting. We just heard him use his falsetto, and not because he was doing something on purpose. We heard him use his falsetto. I don't know if he couldn't hit it with his full voice or he felt afraid or fatigued. Sometimes when singers are tired in the moment, they will make the decision, instead of going da 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 da, they say da 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 da. You see, I switched to that thinner place in my voice. We just heard him do this. It is fine to make those decisions and switch into your falsetto or a different place, but only if you're doing it on purpose, for the sake of art, for the sake of the emotion, for the sake of something that you're choosing to do on purpose. Not because you have to, not because your voice failed you. And I'm not sure what we're seeing here. He has a really good sense of the blue note, sometimes it's called. You'll hear him bend the pitch a lot. I think his younger years, I'm seeing how good his ear is and that he's making some really interesting stretches and decisions. See, again, he did that thing where I'm not sure it would have been his heart's desire to move that up into his thinner falsetto. Da 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 da. I think he might have wanted da 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 da. Do you see how we lose the energy when we go into that thinner place? And I don't feel that he wanted that. I feel that for some reason he had to, like something was happening maybe. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. Do you see? He's doing this little riff upwards, this run upwards, and he totally flipped. I don't think that would have been his first choice. I think he's maybe recovering, or the key. He seems like a good enough technical singer that he would not choose to do that on purpose. So this is kind of wild to see that how young he is here. You can hear already how much more sparkle, twinkle, treble is in his voice. Vocal confidence here. And it's a lot more connected. Like, this is crazy. Just hearing him even start the song kind of blew my mind a bit. See, he is not going up into his falsetto. He is staying fully connected all the way through these lines. Ah, that's so interesting. For what it's worth, his pitch is a heck of a lot more stable here, a lot more accurate. Like, he went up into those higher notes and he kept it in the full place of his voice. There's no sliding up anymore. I don't know what happened between this video and the last video, if it was just because he's older and he lost a little bit of his range. You know, in some ways, this is really sobering. It makes me a little bit afraid of aging as a singer. And it also makes me think, I gotta make sure I'm sleeping properly. I already am quite careful to not yelling or abusing my voice, but this is just really sobering to see what the years can do. This man is a talented musician and a talented vocalist, but seeing this very same song, quite shocking. I feel it's a really difficult industry that we work in. Time is hard on the body. It's hard to look into this man's eyes between these two videos. I imagine he's had some struggles as his voice changed over the years.